Doctors say genetic, but diagnosis does not match up. In this voice talk, we will focus on when doctors say genetic as the cause of a birth injury, but the diagnosis does not match up with what the child is experiencing. Add to that, no one on mom or dad's side of the family has the genetic diagnosis. In other words, neither parent knows of any other family member dealing with the condition causing the baby's injury. One point I want to remind you of is the context in which this chat is occurring. In some cases, a genetic diagnosis may not be known, but is present and unknown due to the nature of the condition. But where problems can arise for some families is when there is a diagnosis explained, but based on the symptoms of the condition, the child experience just does not line up with the symptoms. So, doctors say genetic. To explain the context better, I'm going to give you a real-life example of what happened to a family who contacted us. Mom had an uneventful pregnancy. She had made all of her doctor's appointments and did not deal with gestational diabetes or other conditions during her pregnancy. She presented to the hospital because of her contractions. Once at the hospital, her water broke, and contained in the water was heavy meconium. The doctor and nurses continued to monitor mom and baby. With that said, the electronic fetal heart monitor was revealing upon a birth injury investigation review that the baby was in what we call fetal distress. The medical professionals did not accurately diagnose and treat the fetal distress. As a result, the baby was born with a brain injury and an HIE diagnosis. HIE is hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. The family was told that a genetic condition was the cause of the brain injury, and birth trauma was never remotely suggested as the cause of the injury. As a result, an initial genetic condition was contributed to the baby's diagnoses. There was one problem for the parents. As they began to research genetic condition, their baby did not have the recorded symptoms associated with said condition. This prompted the family to get other doctors involved, and ultimately, the birth trauma issues were revealed. What was learned was that based on this set of facts, although the doctor said genetic, that was not the case. It was birth trauma. So why do I mention all of this? Because if you as a parent have lingering questions, it is okay to research and get second opinions if you can, to help your family get the answers that it deserves. Genetic and developmental issues can lead to birth injuries. However, sometimes these things are initially noted as the cause when it was in fact birth trauma. If you have more questions about your child's situation, there is a telephone number on the screen. Go ahead and pick up the phone and give us a call. We talk with families all the time regarding birth trauma issues, HIE, just hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, cerebral palsy, shoulder dystocia issues, MAS, meconium aspiration syndrome, and a whole host of other issues. One more thing before we leave this voice chat. We practice law here in the state of Maryland, and if you're watching this video and you're not in Maryland, but you do reach out to contact us, you have to understand that if this is something that we can help you with, that we have to use co-counsel or local counsel. In other words, an attorney in your state, which we will help with, to push the case forward. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC, and we will see you next time.